So because I had so much interest in my last video, which was just a regular update for any of the friends and people I kind of in contact with and share my build with, this is a 71 Super Beetle. It's what I had. It started out as red and rusty, but redid most everything, including the engine, all that. Volkswagen. Got tired of tinkering with it, but here is the K-swapping setup I got going on back here. So I have a 2012 Honda Civic, the non-SI subframe. It was definitely the longest part and most challenging part was trying to get this mated into something that is definitely not structural once you start cutting it out and removing everything for what the factory setup was designed for. I originally thought about trying to go rear engine, but my transmission was basically a stock transmission, and being that this is probably going to be right around 220 horsepower to the wheels, I didn't think it would hold on too long. But I have my steering lockouts. I'd say pretty much done. The strut bolt relocation, you can kind of see it in the back. The bottom hole is just the regular hole, and then the top one I had to wallow out and kind of relocate. The 4 engine mounts, they all do have bushings in all the mounts. Most of them are 1.5 inch, which I wanted to use 2 inch just because it has a little bit more rubber, a little bit more cushion, but due to space on some of it, and the plate size, I didn't really have too many options. The axles I got out of I think the driver side is out of the Civic for the manual transmission, and then the other side, being that I had to use the intermediate shaft from the TSX, the other side I think was from a Honda Insight, just strictly based on the length of the axle. All this tubing in the back right here is removable right up top there, so it'll all bolt out. I'll probably end up putting more support back here and kind of tie it all together a little bit better. But the width is a little bit wider. It's like 6 inches wider than stock, so I'm not sure if I'm going to flare the fender, which is kind of what I'm thinking, or widen the fender. The Y pieces where the mounts are, passenger side and the driver's side, they're removable to make removing the engine a whole lot easier, and if I have to maintain it or do any kind of maintenance on any of that. Currently just like I think a 05 or 03 to 07 Accord transmission. You can kind of see where how the subframe was mounted at the back, but up front I just drilled holes in the torsion house, or the torsion tube there, and then sleeved it, and then I have like a 3/4 inch bolt bolting everything together, making sure that's secure with kind of like a little cupped cradle between the subframe and the torsion tube there. I didn't want the tubing in front of the windows because I wanted to try to keep it not really as visible from the outside, so it just looks like a bug. So that's why I have it bent the way that I do. To help support the back, I made that giant plate back there, welded into the side, had to cut and bend and score it to make it all contour to the body since it's not straight. The strut towers I just made out of some like 6x6 tubing, and just cut it out. It took forever, but work with what you got. I'd never bent tubing or worked with tubing, at least like this, and I did not want to screw up any tubing after having the first bending piece of metal I had on my main hoop not quite go as planned. So I made this tubing layout tool. It's super easy. You can see it just has little sliding joints, little flat feet, corner pieces that almost go 180 from like 10 degrees to almost, yeah, I think right around 180-ish, for pretty much laying out anything. I like 3 different size tubing tools with a bunch of different centerline radiuses. I'm almost ready to start moving on to more of the cage stuff to kind of finish up more of the major fabrication before I start pulling out the whole back end to finish welding and coat it with some paint for the winter. These are not just plates welded to that thin sheet metal. There's a plate that goes down and ties into the actual torsion tube. You can kind of see it there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick a piece of tube through that and end up using it for extra support elsewhere. I do plan to have the radiator up front. Just cut out the Super Beetle like spare tire well there and drop it in. Got the louvered front, so air movement coming in shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then my gas tank, just can use the Super Beetle gas tank and just drill a hole in the top of it and then drop in one of those Holley retrofit like fuel pumps that they have for like the snipers on all the old classic cars. And I think that's pretty much it. At some point I want to upgrade the front suspension to something maybe a little more modern, but that's a later issue. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions or any of that, just let me know.